what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Little Miss ENT, and I am reporting live from PodinlinveNYC, and I'm here with the beautiful creators of this event, T with Queen and Jay. Say what's up to everybody.
What's happening?
Hey. So, what inspired you guys to start your podcast?
Sorry. I wasn't expecting that question. It caught me off guard.
So Jay and I were friends, and I was doing online radio, and all of the shows that I was doing were with other men who were just like not serious about what they were doing, and I was like, I want to do an online radio show. Jay, do you want to do it? And Jay was like, yeah, but podcasting, because what the fuck is online radio?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is podcasting? So then I looked into that, and then we started the show.
We started the show, and when it started out, it kind of was just us homegirls talking over tea. Like, we didn't, how a lot of podcasts start is, we just going to talk about topics. We just going to be here. But we noticed both of us grew up very black liberationist.
Yeah.
And so most of our conversation ended up being about race and gender and all of that stuff.
Which is crazy, because that's what her and I do on our own time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Little Miss ENT, and we are reporting live from PodinlinveNYC. I'm sitting here with two distinguished men. Say what's up to everybody. Introduce yourselves, fellas.
Internets, what's going on? It's your boy, Uncle Sneaker, a.k.a. God Boot God, a.k.a. Fat Boy Slim, a.k.a. Listen, I don't got any more a.k.a.s. Just call me Dallas. Internets, call me Dallas.
We got Dallas in the building.
Hello, listeners. I'm nobody. I'm just a brother with a camera and a few connections. I'm Brother Chris on Instagram if you want to follow me. I got some neat photos, all black and white. And that's about it.
What up? So, fellas, what brings you here to PodinlinveNYC tonight?
I just wanted to see the community. I love podcasts. Podcasts
It's
are the
beautiful.
joint. Yeah. I mean,
It's
I did my
beautiful.
first podcast in 2008. Back then, people didn't even really know what podcasts were. I didn't even know what a podcast was, to tell you the truth. I didn't know who would be listening to it at all. But I just sat in a room and I talked and I played some music that I thought people might like. And I gave some of my views that I thought people could relate to. And now here I am. It's still unknown, which I love. Like, started at the bottom.
Absolutely.
And here I am still at the bottom.
So what is...
But now I got power.
You definitely do.
So I'm a power bottom.
I think that might go over some people's heads.
Listen, I'm here for y'all, internets. I'm here for y'all.
Oh, I love it.
The Officially Street Podcast is your boy Syed, the Wash God himself, the hoodie season representative, banging on my chest, king of the backhanded compliments, all first verse. Sir Syed, Duke of Worcestershire, dripping his spinal fluid, Scottie Pippen, Smackavelli, Smacky Robinson, Washadamus, and the bad guy, the podcast bully.
Let's
go!
Bars.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Omega, the Wash, the ambassador, the Cybertron Don, the camouflage god, Mr. BX all day, Mr. Ready, Set, Go, hip hop's behemoth, young Heisenberg in the building as well, Daddy Wash Legs, Lil Poppy Ortiz, the big blood. You know what time it is when you hear that? Oh. And that's at J Omega S on every social media network.
You know me, Cherry and Pete, pussy popping on that track.
Oh.
AKA the Unwashed Goddess, AKA the New Mouth Shawty, AKA the podcast joint. And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at I'm Cherry Poppins.
Oh.
Sorry, that's our whole intro. Man.
Oh, and the show's called the Officially Street Podcast.
I love it.
My name is Reek, a.k.a. the original black man, and my podcast, The He-Man Woman Haters Club. Yes! That is who I am. Oh, boy. Doing it in a major way.
My name is Taki Bond. I'm actually a former podcaster. I actually don't know what I'm doing here. Mena told me to sit down.
We're talking podcast.
We're talking podcast.
Yes.
I used to do the Word of Mouth podcast with Cleverly Chloe and Q Shepard.
Nice.
Hello. My name is Funny Julius, and I am a part of the Rap in Order podcast.
Oh,
it
boy.
is an interrogation of a rap album.
What made you develop that hashtag?
Really just trying to help people get the word out about their podcasts. One thing, of course, I focus on marketing podcasts.
here with the beautiful Tatiana.
Thank you, ma'am.
From the Fan Bros podcast. That needs no introduction. But if they have never heard of the podcast, can you give them a brief description of Fan Bros?
Yeah, we talk about geek culture and pop culture from the perspective of people of color.
I have two of my faves, 2 quarters, half of the Inner Upload Rising podcast. Say what's up, ladies, and introduce yourselves.
What the fuck is up? What the fuck is up?
Yeah. One next to me right now. Introduce yourself to everybody and tell them who your podcast is.
What up, y'all? My name is Money from Queer Walk the podcast.
And I'm here with a very inspirational brother. He has a network. I'm here with Wise. Wise, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely,
I appreciate it.
absolutely. So,
No, I'm Diamond Styles,
Oh,
but my podcast is Marsha's Plate because it's named after Marsha P. Johnson.
oh, awesome. So please explain to the listeners exactly what your podcast is about.
All right, so our namesake is Marsha P. Johnson. She is a black trans woman who pioneered some of all of, like marriage equality, anything that deals with LGBT.
Right here rocking out at PodinlinveNYC, and I have the beautiful host of Carefree Black Girl. Yeah, I love it. Hi, how are you guys doing? Introduce yourself and tell the listeners a little bit, brief description about your podcast.
Okay, so my name is Ivy. I'm one of the 1/4 of the Carefree Black Girl podcast.
Okay, my name is Rez, and I'm 1/4 of the Carefree Black Girl podcast.
I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Carefree Black Girl podcast is just you know what?
It's a girl talk, to be honest.
Girl
and we
talk,
talk about everything carefree, black, and girl. So anything under that umbrella.
We are still rocking out here live at PodinlinveNYC, and I'm here with my boy Slops. Say what's up to everybody.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Good. Now tell us what your podcast name is and what it's all about.
Well, I have the ADD podcast. It's basically named after something that I was diagnosed with as a child, something that was supposed to hinder me. So I figured why not cash out on it later, as a big inside joke about my teachers. So thank you. So it's pretty much formatted about everything, but nothing at the same time. It's everywhere and all over the place. And hopefully every now and then we have interviews with some dope people I like.
I would be remiss if you didn't do an AKA.
All right. Yo, what up? It's Eric, a.k.a. Money Ain't a Thing, a.k.a. Bitcoin.
Yo, what up? It's Chef, a.k.a. Shooter Boy in Blue, a.k.a. Papa Smurf.
Yeah, it's the real. Bow, 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 blaka, blaka, blaka.
Oh, my gosh. So if you guys don't follow It's The Real, you're missing out. I literally hope you guys don't think I'm stalking you, but we always end up at all the same events.
In New York, in Los Angeles, we're going to see you next year, like South by, I'm sure.
And in Philly this summer.
Philly, we'll see you in London, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going on tour together.
That's right.
We are just on a little mini tour.
A tour of friendship.
Yes, absolutely. It's The Real. They are amazing. Guys, just tell them how you started your podcast.
Well, we didn't want to do a podcast. That's the honest truth.
No.
We were like, man, we did a podcast in 2010, right?
And it was difficult. Like, it was before, SoundCloud and all that. Like, you had to do, 45 different steps to get your podcast online. So it's just we're not doing that again.
Right.
Yeah.
So this time, it was suggested to us that, an easy way to keep your name out there on a weekly basis is do a podcast. And the technology has changed, obviously. So we're talking about something where we could just put my laptop out on a desk, get 3 microphones, a mixer, and invite people to our, to our apartment and make it happen? Well, cool. So we started doing the podcast with people like Smoke Dizza, Bodega Bams, Alchemist, and you trade up. You get to a point now, a lot of people were just like, oh, you guys had Wiz Khalifa on, or oh, you had Jim Jones on.
Or Cardi B, or Lil Uzi Vert, or whoever else.
But it's a process. We're 3 years, almost 3 years into our podcast, and now we're at the point where I think podcasting's mainstream. I think that it's something where people recognize that we have a voice, we have an audience, and it's cool to send your clients up to the Upper West Side instead of just going to a recording studio or doing something a traditional way.
Well, this is a great idea, by the way, doing this at the podcast Meetup.
Yeah.
So however you want to